Welcome back to the morning show right here on TV 18 Outside Television. Hanging out with Mike Lohman, the Vice President of Grand Nordic. We're talking cross-country skiing. Obviously, downhill skiing is a big part of our community here. What a lot of people don't know is how important Nordic skiing is as well.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal, and I know you're a pretty aggressive athlete, but it's not just for the elite. It's let's talk about kind of some of the work you've done with schools and kids and getting people into.
Yeah. Well, we got a huge program. It's as far as the elementary schools are, right now in Granby Elementary and in Fraser Elementary and several of the other schools, we've gotten equipment together for them, got parents to volunteer to help coach them, and we've got worked through the rec center as far as getting kids out to the elementary age to do this. And
so are they doing this like gym class time during school, or is it outside after school program?
Yeah, and it's tough because out here at 4 o'clock, it's when they're out of school. And,
dark quick.
And they're immediately at the elementary school. When I was working with them, they're rushing to get their gear on so they can start getting about an hour's worth of skiing as it starts to get dark. And it's very, very popular. We had to close. We could have probably done more if we'd had more people, but the kids it's a very popular program.
So you're spicing it up for the kids too, because obviously you see a lot of downhill, both publicly and X Games, stuff like that. But what are you guys doing to try and get more kids into the Nordic, aside from providing and teaching them how to do it, which is great?
Yeah, well, that's the thing about it is that it's not that difficult. I mean, kids are super enthusiastic, and it's the reason that I like to get involved in it. And even from an elementary school stage, when we worked with the kids in the preschools, we have a preschool program. We used to be out of Devils, so I'm not sure but the enthusiasm with these kids, you get them outside and run them around and breathe in fresh air, and they love it. And that's the thing that just so exciting, because once they start doing it, they want to do it, as often as they can.
Well, speaking of enthusiasm, it's always important to have a fun event to look forward to, and this will be great for the kids as well. You guys got a big event coming up. I think we'll probably flash this on a spot too as well, but we got the Nordic Relays coming up. And this was an annual event?
No, this is going to be the first annual event.
First annual, but it's connected to the Stagecoach Classic, if I understand
right. What we've done is the second, normally we were trying to put out some of our Nordic events to have 2-day events. And so this was the second day of the 2-day event. So this is piggybacking with the Stagecoach race.
So Stagecoach will be on Saturday.
It is Saturday the 21st. And then on January 22nd, Sunday, we're going to be having this event. And this event, we're trying to gear it more towards recreation, more towards families, more towards the elementary school kids.
Okay, well, what specifically is it? It's called the Nordic Relay. So I'm assuming it's a relay of some sort?
Right. It's going to be a fun 1K loop. And we're not exactly sure what all we're going to put out there, just to make it enjoyable.
So you spice up the track a little?
It might spice it up a bit, but it's and then there'll be 3 person teams, and we're going to have a special category for the oldest team, have a special category for the fastest family.
So it won't just be a winner take all like some of our local 5Ks and stuff. It's not just for the fastest and the.
Well, we've got a lot of prizes to give out. We've got a heck of a lot of sponsors. And so we've got to figure out all these ways to give away all these dinners and stuff, because one of our biggest sponsors is Cooper Creek, and they're going to give gift certificates away. And so in all the different categories, we're going to be giving away these dinners and stuff. And that's the fun thing about it. It's not going to be for trophies and ribbons. It's going to be for just a lot of fun and family.
Celebrating Nordic skiing,
It's just going to be at the same time, it'll be a little bit competitive. Get out there and
absolutely
and see if you can beat your kid around the loop.
And so this is the day after the Stagecoach Classic, and that's been going on for a few years now.
Yeah.
And so what is that? What is the Stagecoach Classic?
The Stagecoach is a really neat race. It doubles some, and I think this is the second. This will be the third year, I think.
Third year now, yep.
Yeah, and it's a point to point, and it took a lot of work to do it, but it skis from Devil's Thumb Ranch over to Hideaway Park.
It's a pretty rad track.
Oh, it's cute. It's a really great course. I encourage anybody who wants to have because it have just a good event, and it is a race, but at the same time it's a classic race, and it's a one-time thing that's the only time during the year when they open up that passageway between
Devil's Thumb all the way into downtown Winter Park. They got music going after the finish line. It's always a great time.
Yeah, and like you say, it is a competitive event. They a lot of good skiers will be doing it, and I'm actually hoping maybe I'll get to do it this year too. So
have you done it before?
I did it 1 year, and it wasn't a particularly good year for me.
So you were once top 10 runner in the country. How are you competing still?
Well, it's
you holding your own still?
So to a degree. I'm an old guy now, so I'm slowed down and had some health issues that have I keep plugging at it and keep on doing the best I can. And I'm feeling great this year, so maybe.
So I gotta ask too, because within Nordic skiing, there's two styles. There's classic and there's skate skiing.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever really done classic. I've never been a skate skier, but I understand that's a real cardio builder for you.
Well, both of them are, and I encourage people to really get strong in their classic skiing, and once they get stronger on their classic and learn that technique quite well, then they move on to skate skiing.
So do either of these races on the, what'd you say, Saturday the 21st is Stagecoach Classic,
yeah.
Sunday the 22nd will be the Nordic Relay, and are either of them specific to one style of?
Good question, because the Stagecoach will be classic only.
Stagecoach is classic only,
right?
That's a long ways. So
yeah. Well, it's a neat way to do it because since they're going over areas that they don't normally groom, it's easier to just get a nice classic track set through that. If you're going to groom it for skating, it takes a lot more packing and grooming, and it'd be difficult to.
That'd be a long haul for the groomer.
Yeah.
But the Nordic Relay will be open to both.
We'll have it groomed for both. We can groom both for we'll have it groomed for skating or classic. But basically, it's as long as you got skis on your feet, that's all that matters.
Well, Mike, thanks so much for being on the show. It's been great talking to you. We'll look forward to chatting more about how the races went and other programs you guys are doing. Okay. And I understand we have a special visitor. The president of Grand Nordic has also popped in with us.
Okay, sounds good.
And thanks again for watching. We're going to take a quick break, but definitely tune in. We're going to have the Stagecoach Classic going on Saturday, January 21st, and the Nordic Relay on Sunday, January 22nd. Don't miss either event. The one's inaugural, and it's going to be a great time. And great music and a lot of fun going on at Stagecoach Classic. But up next, we're going to have the president of Grand Nordic, Diana Lynn Rao, and we'll be back in a moment.